channel. On today's video, I wanted to speak about the importance of why you should not fight for a man's love. But firstly, I want to start off by saying the man that God has for you, you will not have to fight for his love, because he will already know how to love you, how to care for you, and how to properly treat you. That's not something that you have to teach a man. I wanted to get into the Bible story about Rachel, Leah, and Jacob, because I see a lot of that situation in today's world where we live in now, where the two women are fighting over the man, the two women are jealous of each other, and they're fighting for a man's love. If you do not know the story behind Rachel, Jacob, and Leah, I'm going to go into detail and elaborate. Jacob needed a wife, so his mother told him to go out east and meet with her brother Laban so that he can marry one of his daughters. Now, Laban was Jacob's uncle, so essentially he was about to marry his cousin. I know, y'all probably like, what? It was a whole bunch of incest going on back then, but just stick to the story. Anyway, so Jacob goes out east so he could go meet with Laban so that he could marry one of his daughters. When Jacob gets out there, the first daughter that he sees is Rachel. So as soon as Jacob laid eyes on Rachel, he instantly fell in love with her. And when he first saw her, she was tending to her father's sheep. Jacob ended up staying out east for about a month. Laban, which was his uncle, came up to Jacob and was like, listen, just because we're relatives does not mean that you have to work for me for free. So what is it that you would want in return? So Jacob told Laban, okay, well, I want to marry your daughter Rachel. So I'll work for you for 7 years if you let me marry your daughter. Laban agrees, and Jacob ended up working the 7 years. And after the 7 years, he went up to Laban and he told him, I completed my 7 years, hand me over my wife. So Laban tells him, okay, well, we're going to have a big feast tonight, and then I'll give you your wife. Laban ended up tricking Jacob, and instead of giving Jacob Rachel, Laban ended up giving Jacob Leah, which was the oldest daughter. That night, Jacob ended up sleeping with Leah, but didn't know that it wasn't Rachel until the morning. So when he woke up and he seen that it was Leah, he was furious. He ended up going to Laban yo, what's up? You gave me Leah instead of Rachel. I didn't want Leah, I wanted Rachel. So Laban explained to him, listen, in our country, we give off the oldest daughter first. We don't send off the youngest daughter. The oldest one gets married first. Jacob, of course, is heated. He's like, but I worked these 7 years. Why would you deceive me? Why would you trick me? Laban tells Jacob, okay, well, I'll give you Rachel. You can marry both Leah and Rachel, but you have to work for me for an additional 7 years. And you want to know what's crazy about that? Jacob ended up saying, although he did have to work 7 years to initially get Rachel and 14 in total, he said it only felt like but a few days because of his love that he had for Rachel. And I found that to be so sweet. And here we are in today's world. These men won't even open a damn car door. They won't buy you flowers. You gotta ask them to buy you flowers. And they won't even hold your hand when you're walking across the street or walking down the street. And it's not that the men don't want to do it. It's just that they don't want to do it for you because they're really not into you like that. If it's somebody who they really truly love and care for, baby, they're going to do the most, just like Jacob did. Jacob worked 14 years just to marry Rachel. Meanwhile, women out here talking to no job Craig, and he can't even get you a leaf off of a tree for Valentine's Day. Get rid of him. But anyway, back to the story. So Leah and Rachel end up fighting over Jacob, fighting for his love, fighting for his attention. But Jacob really only loved Rachel. He never really cared for Leah that much. Matter of fact, he didn't care for her at all, honestly. So Jacob ended up giving most of his time and attention to Rachel because that's the one he really wanted. So when God seen that Leah was unloved, he opened up her womb and allowed her to conceive. So she ended up having 4 sons, which were Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah. And in Leah's mind, she thought the more kids that she has for Jacob, the more he would love her. Which is not true, because just because you conceive and have a kid for a man does not mean that he's going to fall in love with you, doesn't mean he's going to want to be with you, and doesn't mean he's going to change his mind about you. So once Rachel seen that Leah was popping out kids back to back, Rachel started getting jealous. She's like, hello, where the hell are my kids? So Rachel ended up getting mad at Jacob, and she's like, give me some kids or I'm gonna die. And Jacob cocked back at her. He like, excuse me, I'm not the reason why you can't have kids. Am I God? So because Rachel was barren and she couldn't have any kids, Rachel gave her maid to Jacob in order for her to have kids because she couldn't conceive any yet. So Rachel's maid Bilhah had 2 sons for Jacob named Dan and Naphtali. And of course, here comes Leah, seeing her sister Rachel having kids. So of course, what? Leah wants some more kids too, child. So Leah ended up giving her maid Zilpah to Jacob in order for her to have some more kids. And the maid ended up having 2 kids for Jacob named Asher and Gad. But of course, Leah had to try to outdo her sister, so she ended up getting pregnant again. And she had another son named Ezegar. And she thought that Jacob would do well with her because she had the most kids for him. And then she got pregnant again. She had a daughter child. And then Rachel got jealous, of course, because her sister conceived more kids than her, and she was barren. Remember, she had to go through her maid to have kids. But once God seen that she was all in distress, child, he opened up her womb, and she conceived her first son, Joseph. And then Rachel got pregnant again, but she passed away while delivering her last son, Benjamin. But let me just tell y'all, when I was reading this story in the Bible, I was glued to the Bible. I was in there like, because I was just like, no, they not going back and forth like this. I was in that Bible like a Tyler Perry drama film, child. And then while I was reading it, I was getting mad at Leah. I'm like, girl, stand up. Like, the man don't want you. And then I thought about all of the women who do stuff like that today for the attention of a man. And then I had to remind myself, like, I used to be a Leah. Like, a lot of women used to be a Leah. And the thing be, we be thinking that we're in love and trying to hold the man down through thick and thin. And we be out here doing the most for a man who won't even do the bare minimum. We be out here changing our hair, changing our bodies, settling for things we know darn well we don't even really want, just for a piece of a man. And just let me say, you do not have to change nothing about yourself and change who you are and settle for a man who is giving you the bare minimum. It's not worth it, because at the end, all you're doing is damaging yourself, causing a whole bunch of unnecessary trauma that you're going to have to heal from. And then at the end, you're going to be mad like, dang, like I really did all of this for a man who wasn't even applying pressure and coming hard enough for me. Okay, so story time. So out of my whole little 27 years of living, I only really been in 2 serious relationships. I don't even really count the first one, because the first one was when I was in high school, and that was like puppy dog love. And then when I was 23, that's when I officially got into like a real like serious relationship. And in the beginning, me and him were dating for like a year before we even like made it like official. And I just want to say right now, that is a big no-no. It does not take a man a whole year and some change to figure out if he wants to be in a committed relationship with you. And at that time, I'm just making like a whole bunch of excuses in my mind. I'm like, oh, well, he's been through a lot, and he might just be scared to be like in a committed relationship, yada, 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 yada. No, they know right off bat if they want to be serious with you or not. It does not take them long. It doesn't even take, I wouldn't even say like a whole month, 3 months. It don't take them long to figure out what type of status they want to put on what y'all have. From the moment y'all meet each other, they already put you in like a category of where you stand with them, or where they see you as, or if there's any potential there. So yeah, so we were dating for like a year. During that year, we were like on and off a lot. And I noticed at some point, like he kept going back and forth to Atlanta. So I'm just wondering, and you know, as a woman, you have intuition. I'm just wondering, like, what the hell is out in Atlanta that you have to keep flying out there all the time? So he would tell me like, oh, you know, I know people in the industry and I'm going out there for some business. It's always a business trip, first of all. And he said he was going out there for some business. So one day I was studying for an exam. This is when I was in college. And I'm on Instagram. And me and him didn't follow each other. I unfollowed him. Because I was being petty. But for some reason, he still popped up like on my timeline. And he posted a picture. So I'm like, let me click the picture. I clicked the picture. And of course, what I'm going to do, I went to the comments. And I seen a girl's name that looked familiar. I'm like, And then she had like a whole bunch of heart eyes with the hearts and the kissy faces and stuff. So I'm like, who the hell is this? So I clicked on her page and I noticed the name because because the name popped up on his phone one time, and I asked him, "Oh, who's this?" And he's like, "Oh, that's nobody. That's just like a homie or whatever, some lie he made up." And I went and I clicked on her page. Child, why was this man on a whole vacation in Miami with this girl? Come to find out, he was with this girl in a full-blown relationship for like a few months. Mind you, me and him were planning a trip together, and he takes this girl to Miami during my birthday month. Under the little video that she made with them together, she's explaining how much she loves him and how much she cares for him. And then here he go under the post too, "Oh, I love you so much." I'm like, "A word?" Right. So you want to know what I did? I screenshotted the whole video, sent it to him, and blocked him. And you want to know what he did? He hauled ass from where he was at, came all the way back here on his hands and knees, begging and crying, child. And me being stupid, thinking that he's so sorry. The man went as far as calling the girl and telling her that it was over between them two. He ended up posting me on his Instagram, which he never did. Told the girl that he was in love with me and he couldn't be with her because he loved me. Like, y'all, he did the whole nine. Like, and here I am falling for him. Like, oh, well, I ain't never seen him break down like this before. So in my mind, my naive mind, I'm thinking that he's really sorry and he won't do it again. Whole time he just know that he really messed up, and he knew I was a good woman, and he knew he couldn't risk losing me. So it's not because he really loved me. He just didn't want to lose having access to me, and really didn't want to see me with nobody else. And it was guilt because he knew he was wrong. And here I am sticking with this man for down near a year, no title, no type of real commitment, and it takes for me to see you with another woman and for me to walk away from you to notice that you really messed up and this is what you want? No. I literally had to see this man give that girl everything that I wanted from him. He gave to her, just like that. And that goes to show you that it does not take them forever to know if they really want to be with you or not. Because what happens is you sit there and you stick with them and you thinking, oh, maybe they'll change their mind. Maybe they just need more time. Maybe nothing. Because when they find what they really want, child, they up and they leave it and they out. While you sitting there holding on to their potential, holding on to what y'all could be, holding on to, oh, maybe he'll change, holding on to, oh, maybe he just needs more time. These men are going to get right for who they feel like is worthy. If they don't see any real value and worth in you, then they're going to treat you as such. And remember, a man is only going to do what you allow him to. So if you put up with it, that's exactly what you're going to get. And sometimes it takes for you to literally walk away from a man for them to see what they had in front of them. And just because they come back does not mean they're coming back for the right reason. Some of them come back out of guilt. Some of them come back because it didn't work with what's her name. Some of them come back because she ain't you and he missed what he had. And some of them come back because you're the only one that's going to tolerate their nonsense. Don't think if you use the, oh, let me walk away so he can see what he's missing. Don't try to use that as a tactic to try to get a man back, because you don't know his true intention on why he's really coming back. Because if they're coming back for all of the wrong reasons, all they're going to do is get right for like a short amount of time, and then they'll be back on their nonsense again. Or they might really do change. But by that time, you might not even want them no more. But it just kills me to see like us women settling for like breadcrumbs that a man wants to give you. And you sit there and you'll be in a situationship or a long-term relationship with them for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And he has yet to put a commitment on it. He has yet to make you his wife. And you already had like 1, 2, 3, 4 kids for him. So it's okay for you to pump me up with kids. And you draw the line when it's time to put a ring on it? No. And I see it like literally all the time. Women will have these kids, pumping them out like a machine for the man. and no ring, no real commitment, no nothing. Y'all already then moved in a house together and been together for like centuries. And by the time you do ask them like, yo, what's up? Like we've been together for a very long time. Like, are we gonna get married? Are we gonna be in a relationship? Are we, they're gonna look at you like you're crazy. They're gonna be like, I mean, we cool. Like, what's wrong with what we've been doing? Like, now all of a sudden you want a ring? Now all of a sudden you want a title? Because you got to look at it like, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? If they're already getting the benefits of you being a girlfriend or you being a wife, and you already giving them the benefits, what is it for them to look forward to? Like, they already have it. So when you give a man too much and he already has everything, it's nothing for him to look forward to. It's nothing for him to work for because he got it already. You're giving it to him already. You see, situations like that really just be killing me, because you'll sit there and give a man all your good years, and the moment y'all do break up or he leaves because he found something else, he'll go to the next woman and commit to her just like that. Y'all literally would just break up a month or two, or within that same year, he already done moved on. He already is engaged to the girl. He already done married the girl. And why? Because he just felt like she was more worthy. And that's not to say that you don't have any value or any worth, because when situations like that happen, it will literally make you feel like you have no worth, you have no value. It'll make you feel like unimportant, like you just didn't mean anything to them, when in reality, no, you are worthy. You just gotta make sure you see your worth, you know your worth, you know your value, and to get up on your good foot and walk away when it's time. And some of these men, they literally will shower you with gifts, give you all the time out of his day, and do all his girlfriend, boyfriend stuff, and still not want any real long-term commitment with you. And you know what they're doing in the meantime? While you giving them all of you, while they're giving you half of them, you better believe they're on the search for what they really want. And you're not nobody's last resort or second to last option. So don't let them play with you and think that they could come back to you whenever they want. Because the moment you tolerate the disrespect and you tolerate them doing their nonsense is the moment they lose respect for you. And when the respect is gone, baby, it's gone. And what you don't want to do is miss out on what God has for you because you want to be messing around with the counterfeit. Because we all know the counterfeit comes before the real thing, baby. So all you really have to do is wait on God to send you what you actually need instead of what you want. We might think that's what we want, and that's why we hold on to them so much, because we think that they're going to change, and we think that they just need time to grow. And if that's the case, like if they say that they're unsure, that does not mean you stay with them until they figure out what they really want to do with you. That means if they're unsure, you walk away. If it's meant to be, it'll come back. I do believe in right person, wrong time. Because sometimes you can come across a really good person and they do need time to grow. But that doesn't mean you sit and you wait for them to grow. You leave. And you don't wait for them to come back either. In the meantime, you do you. Work on focusing on yourself, getting yourself together. Because I'm pretty sure if it's the right person in the wrong time, if they're not ready, there's a high chance that you're not ready either. So in the meantime, just focus on yourself. Focus on loving yourself. Focus on healing any unresolved trauma that you have. Just focus on bettering yourself so that you could be the right woman for him too. And you could show up and give your best self instead of the unhealed version of you. Especially if you've been in a lot of toxic relationships or have any unresolved trauma within your life that happened in your past, whether it be with like family, friends, any insecurities. When you are single, that is your time to focus on yourself and get yourself together. You want to know what's funny about the story between Rachel, Jacob, and Leah? Although Leah was the unloved one, she was the one put on a back burner, she was the one that Jacob didn't want because he found Rachel to be more attractive. But ultimately, Leah was the chosen one that actually had a bloodline connected to Jesus. And check this out. Leah had Judah, and Judah was the progenitor of King David and the lineage leading up to Jesus. Although Leah was counted out, overlooked, and unloved, God still used her. Jesus is a descendant of Judah through King David, and King David came through a tribe through Judah. And David is a descendant of Judah's son Perez. And Judah is the son of Leah. So although you may feel like unloved, used, feel like you may have no value or worth because of how a man made you feel, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And what one man won't do, another one will. So don't stay in any situation thinking that you won't ever find love, or you won't find a love like that, or your time to get married, or your time to have kids is coming to a close. Because I guarantee you, if you just hold on and you just wait and wait for what God has for you, you'll be happy that you walked away and you chose yourself. It all comes down to loving yourself and knowing your self-worth and knowing who you are, what you won't tolerate, and knowing that you deserve better. A lot of those situations that we put ourselves in, and a lot of those relationships, they don't be real love. That's not real love. You gotta think about it. Why would God want you with a man who can't do nothing for you, who is not loving you properly? And most importantly, if you're a believer and he's a non-believer, how is that gonna work? Y'all not equally yoked. God is not even going to bless a relationship if it does not glorify him. God will allow that man to continuously hurt you over and over and over again until you get the strength to finally get up and walk away. I don't even think you guys know how much power it is in walking away and choosing yourself. That is something very powerful that a lot of women can't even do. And I guarantee you, the moment you do walk away and you're a really good woman, it will be hard for that man to even get over you. And when you walk away, don't allow him to come back. Access denied. Because sometimes, like I said, people don't know what they really had until it's gone. And when it's gone, hey, it's gone forever. You won't get it back. They won't come across another you, baby. And they'll have to live the rest of their life knowing that they really messed up a good thing. So be the one who walks away and stays away. Don't go running back. The moment you walk away is the moment new blessings will start to flow. Like, have you ever even noticed, like, when you're in a toxic relationship or you're in a bad relationship or in a relationship you know you don't belong in, do you know, like, that hinders your blessings? Like, God won't even allow you to access certain things. He won't even allow you to receive certain blessings that he has for you because he doesn't even want who you're with attached to the blessing. Baby, they gotta go. So don't be holding on to the potential. Don't be holding on to what it could be. Don't be sitting there hoping that man's gonna change because he's treating you how he feels about you. And although he doesn't see any worth or value in you, don't let it be you that doesn't see it in yourself. Put yourself first. Love yourself first. Get yourself together and pick yourself up because you're going to be okay. You're going to get married. You're going to have those kids. You're going to be in a healthy relationship. And you're finna be a wife soon. So act like it. And wait on what God has for you, girl. Because it'll be worth the wait. And don't be letting nobody's dusty son breadcrumb you. And y'all know I got to end my videos off with some scripture. And the scripture that I'm going to read comes from Psalms 27 verse 14. Just to let y'all know, Psalms is like one of my favorite books in the Bible. And I go there anytime I'm feeling sad or need some type of encouragement. But anyway, it's from Psalms chapter 27 verse 14. And it reads, "Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord." And with that being said, wait on your man, child. Don't be out here messing around with these bums. Messing around with these no good men who can't do nothing for you, baby. Do not let these men use up all your good years, leave you all traumatized, broken-hearted, and tore up. And it's easier said than done. Like, I know I'm just like, oh, get up, leave. I know it hurts, but I promise you, you will be okay. And so that is all that I have for today. Make sure you guys stay tuned for my next video.
Hi guys! If you like my video, I look like sunshine and rain. I smell like success and dick. You know I made it in his image, righteous genetic.
I open up for the tagging. You know this cookies for the bagging.